A world in monochrome isn't very inspiring. Today our green fingers will sow the seeds of a brighter future. We need flowers, and a lot of them, for the dyes we require. This will allow construction of the Rainbow Road to proceed at top speed on the Legacy SMP server. To all the geeks and nerds out there, welcome back to another episode on the Legacy SMP server. We start off today digging a big hole, and this hole is underneath our castle in the medieval district. This is for a flower farm because we need lots of dyes for the Rainbow Road for the end project, and we need somewhere to put it. So I thought this was a good place to do it, and now we can transform our castle into a flower castle of amazingness. So yeah, let's get going. And here it is. Here is the hole under our castle, and yeah, I've cleaned up the walls, just made it all stone and put a trim around the top. I'm not going to spend too much time making this look good. In fact, you're not going to see this very often at all. This is very just functional for the time being, just to get the dyes that we need. So this is ready to build our contraption in here. Now this is a plains biome, so this is going to give us most of the flowers we need. You could also do this in a flower forest, but the flowers that we miss from a flower forest are we can make up from here anyway with mixing some dyes. And up here I've added another floor here, because here we're going to have a second flower farm which also takes care of the missing flowers. So between the flower farm we have up here and the one down there, we should get all the colours we need and we won't be missing anything at all. Now the farm we're going to build down here is one that I've made myself. Now it's not a brand new concept. There's lots of concepts like this before, but this one is a stacking one. So this is going to be good if you do want to build this in a flower forest, because if you find an area where it's the right kind of flowers for you. So maybe, for example, if you want blue flowers, if you find a good concentration of those, because they will always spawn on the same block, you can build this up and there'll be multiple floors stacked one on top of the other. Now I'm only going to do 3 floors here, but yeah, if you do this in a flower forest, you can build it up much higher. And also I don't want to go too crazy and lag out the server with lots of stuff going on. So we're all prepared. So which one should we do first? I guess we'll do the one up the top first, which is basically actually is going to be using these things. So I could take these ones down and build a more automated version up there. I've started the build and I've got it in for the rose bush right here. So let's have a look. So basically I need to replicate this for the other plants. So there's going to be 3 more of these along here, and this is basically what it's going to look like. So this is just going to be repeated. So in case you want to build this kind of thing for yourself, basically this is how it looks. So we've got our two high plant here. We've got 2 dispensers next to it. They both need some bone meal. So let's get 6 in each. I think I've got enough for. One down here as well. So that means we can bone meal the top and the bottom of the plant. So that will give us the red dye a lot quicker. And then we're going to have some hoppers along the back and a chest up here. So that's where we're going to put all of our bone meal, and that will filter across. So this liner goes across here, and then for each module it goes down here to fill up the dispensers. And then to turn it on, we're just going to flip this lever, which will depower that torch, which will bring this piston back, which brings this observer in the front of this observer, gives us an observer clock, which powers this one and also this one. And then they both fire off. That will give us loads of plants inside here. This will be walled off, and underneath we've got a hopper minecart on a rail, and then there's a hopper underneath that, which leads over here into a chest. So we should be able to get stuff there. So let's give it a test. I haven't tried this yet actually. Let's hopefully this works. So flip that. There we go. It's all coming off, and then obviously some's coming out, but that will be blocked off as I said. So in here we should be getting, yay! So now we can turn that into red dye. So we just got to do that for the other plants as well. Let's turn that off. Yeah, just got to do it for the other plants, and that will give us some of the colours we need up here. And then we're going to build the farm underneath, and then with a mixture of those flowers, those dyes we get, we can mix up all the colours we need. The only other colour we need for the Rainbow Road is green, so we're going to have to deal with a cactus farm. So we'll probably do something quite simple for that and get it over in our proper base, over in the mesa. But yeah, let me complete this up, get this all built up, and then yeah, give it a try. The farm is all built up, and I'm just filling in the last bits of bone meal. So that's going to go in our chest there with all the hoppers that go along the back and fill these all in. I've filled in the dispensers just manually, just to make sure they're all filled. And yeah, that bone meal will make its way over. So yeah, we can shut that up, and there we go. Here is our farm. It's a shame these flowers always face that way. Would be nice if we could we could get them facing this way. But anyway, it's all good. So let's give this a test. So let's run this one, this one, this one, and this one. Yay! Okay, so now if we check in the chests, we've got red coming in, we've got the yellow coming in, we've got the pink coming in, and hopefully magenta He's coming in. Yes. Okay. So this is all working. So we can leave this running. We can get the colours we need, and also we can turn individual ones on and off if there's a certain colour that we need. There we go. Awesome. All right. So now it's time for my lunch. So I am going to go and do some AFKing over at the Wandering Trader Farm. See if we can get maybe a head. I don't know. We'll see. And we can give you a status report on how that is going. It's time for an update on the Wandering Trader head situation. Things aren't going so well. So let's have a look. So in my chest here, I've been AFKing for many hours, overnight many times, and also when I'm at work. And I've only got 8 Wandering Trader heads and 6 llama heads. That is not so great. I know Lima's got more of those already. And also Sausage, that devious young man, he has got 50 Wandering Trader heads. 50! How did he do that? Well, by dubious means. So he and Germsy Boy have teamed up. Germsy Boy changed his skin to look like a Wandering Trader, and because we've got player head kills on the server, Sausage killed him a bunch of times and got 50 of his heads. So technically they're not heads from a Wandering Trader, but they do look like Wandering Trader heads. So I don't know whether they're going to be admissible. Maybe they are. So we're going to have to up our game. Now, I have had an idea of a tweak we can make to this farm to make it much better. So I'm going to do that, but I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you what it is because I don't want anyone copying my idea. Oh no. So I'm going to do that in the background. I'm going to work on this in secret. And then when the time comes, I will reveal my master plan. So I've made a start on the Cactus farm, which is going to be over in the mesa near our base, which is just over there. There it is. With the pigmen. Awesome. So we've got a concrete maker over there and we've got this farm over here. So I am struggling a little bit. I'll be honest with you. I'm struggling a little bit with building this stuff without like a big plan of where things are going to go. So we do need to do that at some point. So I'm not going to do anything too crazy with this just yet in case I decide to move things. But we need some green dye to get that project rolling. So I'm just going to try not to do that because obviously gravity blocks need a block underneath. So basic idea here is pretty straightforward. We're going to have some cactus that I've already gathered up. That's going to go on top of the sand, of course, like that. Then we're going to have some glass panes on the block above. So if I can do this and then a glass pane kind of in there. So when this grows, it will be blocked by the glass pane. It'll pop off, fall down this channel into a water stream, and the water streams will be all over here, and we'll gradually get all the items together in a central spot somewhere over here. So that's it for the time being, because yeah, the green dye is what we need. But yeah, I might well move this out, might do a different design, but for now it's going to be okay. Yeah, I do need to get planning with this and to kind of work out where things are going to go. I think I need to like lay out where buildings are going to go, sort of label them up, work out how you get from one building to another. See, for example, like this one here, I'm not sure if this storage room is going to be just one building or whether these two buildings are going to be together. I don't know. I just need to do some planning. I need to do it. Anyway, we'll come on to that another time, because yeah, I want to get this Rainbow Road going so it frees up the other members so they can start working on the islands. So yeah, let's get this built up and get some green dye, yeah, to build our road. There it is. Our cactus farm is done and it's already producing some goods. So let's go and check it out. Let's see. There we go. I'm sure you've seen this kind of stuff before. So we've got the cactus on top of the sand, and we've got these glass panes in between them, so they don't grow too high. But when they try to grow, they pop off the item, fall into the water streams. So if we go around the side here, you can see there's water sources at this end, just here, that push any items that fall down into another water stream here. This goes down there into some hoppers, and then there's a chest underneath collecting all the goods. So let's have a look, see how much we've got here. Not been running for too long. Oh, 50 already. That's pretty good. Pretty good going. All right. So that should deal with the green that we need for the Rainbow Road. We may well expand on this, make it a bit taller, make it bigger when we've got our full plan for how this base is gonna turn out. So we might have separate buildings for each one. We might sort of combine them into one building with like pathways between, you know, corridors, that kind of stuff, but we'll see how it goes. So the next thing to do is we need to build up our other flower farm that deals with some other colors, in particular the blue dye. That's the one we really need, and all the other colors we can mix with the flowers we get. So let's head back over to the castle and make a start. We're under the castle in the hole, and I've made a start on our farm, and it is a shifting floor style flower farm. And yeah, I guess you may have seen these kind of styles before, but this is my own take on it. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. So the basic idea, if you haven't seen this kind of stuff, is we have a bunch of grass here, and then we're going to have a dispenser underneath that will bone meal the center, and we'll get a bunch of different flowers. Now in this biome, in a plains biome, the flowers can spawn in different locations. If you're in a flower forest, the same plant will always spawn on the same block, no matter what the Y value. So for example, this block right here is spawning this cornflower right now. If you did this in a flower forest, all of these blocks of the X and Z coordinates would be the same all the way up. So you could stack this over and over and over again. I think, as I was saying before, so in a flower forest, it makes sense to stack them to maximize the color that you need if there's a particular one. And blue is obviously very valuable because it saves you getting lapis. So yeah, we're going to have a dispenser that dispenses some bone meal, grows up a bunch of stuff on top of the grass like that, and then we're going to have a little clock in front of this observer that's going to trigger it. And if you can see here, this will trigger this rail line, goes into a couple of observers, and then goes over there. There's another observer right at the very end looking at that rail over there. So this line of pistons gets fired because there's redstone underneath it, and then after a short delay because of the observers, the pistons over there push it back. So let's do that. It does that, and then also it breaks all the plants. We're going to have a water stream over here that pushes them over that way, or maybe the other way. I can't remember. I have to work that one out. But yeah, that's how we're going to get the drops, and we can stack these one on top of the other. We're going to have 3 floors doing this stuff. So yeah, let me do the next bit. I'll get the dispenser in next, wire it up, and yeah, show you how it works. Well, that was a super easy addition. A couple of observers, a block, and a dispenser. So yeah, this observer here watches, or is looking at the grass block above. So when it moves, it will get fired. This observer right here is looking at this observer, so it gets triggered because of that one. That powers this block, which powers the dispenser. So basically, every time the grass moves, it will trigger the dispenser. And then we've got this line of hoppers over here. This is to refill the dispenser with the bone meal. So this will go through all the floors, and there'll be a chest to fill up the bone meal, all the way. And that's pretty much it. So we've got to do that on all the floors, of course. But yeah, that is how the dispenser works. So the next thing probably is to get the water streams in, and that is a whole bunch of dispensers at the back. They are super annoying to craft, but yeah, let's get that done and let's get the water in. The dispensers have been placed, and they have water buckets inside. There we go, each and every one. So they are ready to go. So let's give this thing a test. So here is our grass. We've got the dispenser underneath. So let's simulate this. We're going to have a clock here that does it automatically, but if we do that for now, the floor shifts. We get some items. Floor shifts again. It breaks the items. We get more. So this will just keep going round and round on a clock without me manually pressing it, of course. And at some point, once we've done the shifting floor for as long as we want, obviously we need to do it within 5 minutes, because obviously items start despawning. Then we'll turn the farm off. That will stop the clock, and then it will also release the water. Yay! And that will push all the items to that side. And then we'll have some kind of collection system over here. We'll have probably they'll fall down here. We'll have some water streams that push it into a chest somewhere underneath. So that's how we're going to get all the items. Now I'm only going to run this for like 5 minutes at a time probably, and then just turn it off, and that will dispense the water to make sure everything is cleared off. So I'm not going to have like an automated timer for that. We could do that, I suppose, but yeah, not going to do that for today. And then what we're going to need to then is build another layer on top. I'm only going to build one more layer. I was thinking about doing 3, but I think 2 is going to be enough for today. And the way the signal gets propagated up is like this. So you put a rail on top of this block, because the observer will activate it. This observer sees that, and then that will shift the next floor, which is going to be here. So where that observer is there, that observer is there. So we're going to have this piston. We're going to have a piston here. So the pistons will be at that level going across. So you just got to duplicate this, the grass, obviously the glass, the dispensers, all the way up. And then, yeah, we need to have a clock here and an on and off switch that will deal with the water and the item collection. So yeah, still quite a little bit to do, but yeah, it's coming along nicely. So I think let's get on with it. Let's get that stuff built. Ow, I fell down. Yeah, let's get it built, and yeah, we can get ourselves some dye. And here it is, all built up, all done. I've given it a test and it works, but there is a downside. It's working super slow. So in my test world, this was working much, much faster than this. So it's either something to do with the server, or I think it may be some light updates, or because I'm built it underground, maybe there's some lighting going on. So every time the floor shifts, it has to recalculate some light. So maybe that's why it's a bit slow. But let me talk you through it. So you've seen the kind of build already, and yeah, a few extra things. So first of all, over here we've got a chest. That's where we're going to put that chest right there. That's where we put the bone meal, and of course that goes through to the 2 dispensers. I've also added a composter next to it with a chest above. So anything we don't want, like seeds, for example, that come out of this farm, we can put back into here. That will produce more bone meal to go in. Now we won't get super loads of it, but it's good enough to get some back. And now this is the state the farm looks like when it's off, so the water is over the grass. In 1.16 there's been a change, so maybe the grass is going to die, but yeah, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it when we upgrade. But yeah, that's it. So here we've got the clock, so this is a simple 2 hoppers pointing to each other. There's one single item in the hopper, and when we turn it on, so when we flip this lever, that's going to release that, so that item's going to go backwards and forwards. So there's a comparator there that will detect it when it's in this one, which will trigger the this observer, and that sends the sensor farm off, shifting the floors. When we also depower that will bring these slime blocks down, which will bring these observers down, and as they do so, they will notice they've moved, and so that will trigger a redstone pulse here and here, which will deal with the water. So that's the explanation. So let's run it, and I'll show you what I mean by the slowness. If I go over here, flip the lever, that goes down, water disappears, and they start going backwards and forwards. But they should be doing this much faster. And once the water disappears, we should start seeing, there we go, there are the items. So they're popping in. Now, it looks like they're falling down. That's just a visual glitch. They're not actually doing that. If I go underneath and try and pick them up, they won't be there. They remain on top. So that's all good. So now we just leave this running. And there's only a few AFK players online trying to get those, trying to get this wandering trader heads. So I'm not going to run this super loads. But then once we've finished, we then flip the lever again, which will stop the clock. It also raises those items up, which then flushes the water. And as we can see now, all the items fall down. And look, they go super quick. Everything catches up and they zoom over here. So yeah, definitely something going on. And underneath, we're getting all the drops. So the ones we're interested in particular are the blue flowers, the cornflower right there. The seeds and stuff will go back up. We've already got a farm for the red and the yellow, so we don't really worry about that too much. But yeah, that's super cool. So we've got the blue dye, we've got the green dyes, we've got the dyes up the top of the castle. So that I think gives us all the colours we need to continue working on our rainbow road. We can now build up, construct some more concrete and get placing over in the end. All right, so I'm going to do a bit more farming over here, get some more dyes, make some more concrete at our concrete maker, and then go over to the end. And we might even fight the dragon because I want to just double check that it's not going to interfere with the roads. A quick server restart later, and we are going at full speed. Yes, this is actually working much better than before. Okay, just needed a quick restart, I think it looks like. And yeah, now the server is behaving quite nicely. I've also added some glowstone as well to hopefully help with the light and updates. But yeah, that is all good. All right, let's go make some concrete. A few hours have passed and I've been busy prepping for our rainbow road. Check out the dyes. Oh yes, that is awesome. So I've got obviously all the dyes from our farms we've made. A little bit lagging behind on the green dye, waiting for the cactus to grow still, but yeah, not too bad. And obviously I've got some white because obviously we need to mix that with like the blue for the light blue, for example, and we need that for the green as well. But yeah, and I've also set up a bunch of chests here ready to fill up with one shulker box per color. So some of this stuff we've got left over from last time, but we've still got some more to make up. And obviously there's lots of stuff over here, even cemented ones there, still need to do. And I went over to the nether and I got a bunch of gravel, so spent some time doing that, and also a bunch of sand. So I think we're pretty much there with all the stuff we need. So we're just going to do some crafting here, do some blasting with our concrete maker, and then yeah, we can start building this road. All right, let's do this. Concrete has been made and we're ready to continue construction of the rainbow road that we started last time. And there is where we're up to so far. We haven't done too much, but hopefully we can do a bit more today. So what I wanted to look at is the ring. So is the ring still intact? I've had a quick look around and it looks like it is. I think somebody has definitely fought the dragon, because I remember the other day I was playing and I heard the dragon kill sound. So somebody definitely killed the dragon. It looks like all the blocks are still around, so that is a great sign. That is good, but I want to give this thing another try. So I filled up all the dispenser with TNT, and yeah, I want to just see how it goes. So let me get this dragon spawned in and we can see if our road will remain intact. She's coming in, just waiting for her to spawn. Any second now. There she is. Okay, so hopefully this is going to go all right. So I'm just going to let her fly around for a bit as she comes away from our contraption. Because so the dragon is influenced by the player. So let's go on up here. Let's turn on. Let's press the button to get the end crystals destroyed. So we've got to go up here. Let's press this. Let's get out of here so she doesn't interfere with us. There we go. There's all the end crystals all done, all taken care of. Now we just need to fly around and wait for her to try and land on the pedestal. So let's stay in the center. Let's try and make sure we stay away from the rings. So I've turned the TNT duper on, just waiting for the dragon to try and land now. And then it's just a case of turning it off at the right time. So let's see if this works. There she goes. She's trying to land and she's been damaged. This is good stuff. Right, we've just got to go up here now and land. And hopefully, there we go. Just got to wait now. So her energy bar is going down. Just got to turn it off when it's sort of halfway between the E and the end. So she takes a bit of damage. There she goes. Yes. Oh, yes, it's working. Working pretty well. Okay, so just got to time this right. And let's go now. Okay, so hopefully she's going to be pretty low. And the last TNT... Oh, look at that. Probably just one hit, hopefully. We're coming here and then... Voyosh! 1 hit. 2 hits. Yes! It works. It works. Nice. And another Elytra. Oh, dip. And now let's fly around the ring and see if anything's been destroyed. So far, it's looking good. I think we're good. Yeah, I'm still a bit nervous. I'm sure there will be cases where this can happen. But hopefully, if we stay in the centre, we should be good. Yeah, and this road should be left intact. All right. Okay, I think we can get our shulker boxes down. So in the chest right here, let's plop this down. You can see here we've got all the concrete ready to go, ready to be placed. So I think let's start the music and let's get a time lapse going. As the road construction continues, there's a couple of things that I want to mention. So first of all, I'm going to be on a couple of podcasts, a couple of Minecraft podcasts coming up very soon. We recorded one yesterday. That was a lot of fun. And there's also another one coming up in a couple of weeks' time. I'll be posting details of those when they come out on Twitter, and also I'll mention them in the videos, of course, but probably I'll put a community post out as well. So keep your eyes peeled for that. Follow me on Twitter if you want to see that kind of stuff first. So that is the first thing. And the second thing is I wanted to ask what you think about video schedules. How important is it to you that videos come out when you expect? I've been experimenting around with the schedule. You might have noticed we've managed to get 2 episodes per week for the last couple of weeks. I'm not sure if we'll be able to continue that forever, but I think it'd be interesting to know what you think. So maybe, are you cool if I get maybe 1 video out in 1 week, maybe 2 another week, maybe 1 another week, and maybe on different days, maybe not always the same day? Like, how important to you is the schedule? I'd be really interested to know what you think. Then of course I can tailor what I'm doing to what people think. All right, and the other thing is this project. This is looking really cool. Now I'm looking for other suggestions that people might have got or people might have for decorating the roads. So obviously we still need to add the glass on top, coloured glass to make it spawn proof. We need to take away the netherrack, and then we need to add the quartz stairs around the edge as a trim. I've got some ideas for designs for the gateways, but if anyone's got some other ideas, that would be cool. Maybe have some sort of archways that go around, that kind of thing. But yeah, we need to think about how we're going to get up and down this thing, if it needs to be supported underneath, all that kind of stuff. So if you've got any ideas, then post me some pictures on Twitter. That is the best place, and I'll take a look, and yeah, hopefully we can include some. There it is. There's the ring. Swooping on down. It is looking cool. Yes, this is looking really good. So we had enough concrete to do that. We haven't got enough concrete to do the outer ring just yet, so we need to do a bit more grinding on the concrete front. But yes, look at this. This is a job well done. I went back afterwards and I've noticed there's a couple of blocks that I missed during the placement. But yeah, this is looking cool. Look at it. So we're going to do the similar thing on the outside ring. Now I need to speak to the other members to work out where we're going to put the island. So the idea is we're going to have an island, each of these spokes for a villager profession. Now when it comes to building this road, if people are going to build the islands right here at the intersection, then there's going to be a lot of roads being removed. So I'm wondering whether I should wait until the islands are in before I do that, or maybe we should build the islands just outside, so the road will be on the inside, sort of connecting. So I'm not sure yet. I need to speak to the others and see what they reckon. But look at this. Let's go up again. Look at that. Yes. Super cool. And that is about it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, then please hit the like button, and if you're new, then feel free to subscribe, and if you've got any comments or suggestions, then get it in that comment section. Alright my geeks, until next time, I will see you later.